So what we wanted to do was, so I've got Johnny Slicks on my right and I've got Miss Capra on my left, just so you orientate, and then we'll cut to those cameras so that it makes sense.
Also, if you guys can refrain from smacking the table, because it shakes all the cameras.
Are doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk shit? You just fucking punch the table like 4 times in 2 minutes.
Language, Miss Capra.
Why
are you so hostile today? We're winning at life, and you're
you know why.
You're so hostile.
Oh my God.
Stop fighting.
So we got to 100K, and we kind of had this idea of just kind of talking about, well, I had a podcast with Vince Vargas, and we kind of briefly talked about hard work and what it takes, and so we wanted to take you guys on a, are we going to put B-roll over this?
Oh yeah. And like a heart sound effect. Like when we go.
Is that how it is? You should record sound effects.
Yeah. I'll do
Are we really though? We're gonna put some.
Yeah. Don't people want to see?
That's embarrassing.
No.
It's like the old stuff.
That's embarrassing.
Right.
Oh, it's so.
It's the road.
It's so bad. She just pulled up one video. It was from Summer Strong like 2 years ago.
It was like one of our first videos before we really started the channel and kicked it off. It was in 2016.
We tried it. I tried to vlog, and I had the same camera that I shot.
Yeah, it was
Journey to the Top.
Sony Handycam, like flip open, like handheld, like mom films your birthday parties, like fucking little.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That thing was a Panasonic. It was 4K and it had night vision, and
it did have night vision, and that was rad.
And that's the reason why we used it, because we did all the night cam with on Journey to the Top.
But to be like perfectly clear, it was 60 frame per second. Like all of our original shit was like 60 frames per second because it's what we had to work with. And somebody was like, because I was like, babe, I really think that you should be shooting what you do more. And I was trying to like introduce you to like starting a channel, and you wouldn't do it.
It was and now I'm a camera snob. Now I see a video in 60 frames per second, and I'm like, garbage. What do they even know about frame rates?
But that original video, I just looked at it today. First of all, you have 224 videos up now.
That's what's visible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Clap. Yes. Yes.
I didn't want to be too loud.
Don't shake the table, Johnny.
We can add the clap afterwards.
Yeah, like an audience
like an audience.
Yeah, and then like the audience. I want to start doing audience laughing too.
Studio.
Actually, that would be pretty.
Studio laughing.
To use fake laughter as a form of comedy. Yeah. That's pretty good.
That original video has 1,168 views. So you've got videos that have almost 2 million views, and you've got videos that have just like 1,000 views. But that first one was kind of fun because we were just like following you around Summer Strong, Sornex Summer Strong. And then the following year we started.
How many videos? How many was that? The only video I did?
No, we did like 4, and then I think what we were doing is because we were getting ready to go to Greece. We were like, let's edit all the old video, because we'd been shooting footage together of everything we did over the years.
So what's the video after that catch-up one with Matt Vincent?
You did like a couple more from Sornex. Then you did, actually I'll pull it up. Let me enhance this.
Enhance.
Talk amongst yourselves.
She didn't even know what that was until...
Rebecca still doesn't get it.
And then...
And I had to pull up the first
and
movie.
Do you know they did it in the second movie?
In the second one,
that was so good.
Enhance.
He's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But the first one, nothing trumps that first one, because nothing.
Did you like the second one?
Yeah, I liked how it didn't. They didn't take like the comedy for, like, a run. Like they had a storyline.
Yeah.
I liked that part. Yeah. I thought it was funny.
That opening though, I was like, "What is happening?"
I was so confused.
I was like, "You just killed somebody."
Like one of the funniest dudes. They killed him so fast, and I was like,
"In the tree."
He's still the coolest dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did that, and then you did everything that you need to climb a mountain. You did a climbing video of a climbing trip with Raider Project. Then you did our Panama City beach trip with Annie.
So this is all before we like designated.
Yeah, they were like sporadic. It was like we did it, and then a couple months later we did another video.
Oh jeez.
And then a couple months later we did another video. Then we edited all of our old grease footage.
Okay. So there was like a handful of videos out there prior to like officially saying, okay, I'm going all in with YouTube.
Right, but it was like 6 for the entire year. 6 videos or something.
And they all have like thousands of views. Nobody's looked at them.
But it got us started.
Do you want to let Liz in?
I think she walked off.
She said she was going to the gym. Hide. Does she want to go in the back?
Yeah, she can come in here. She's like got an hour left to work. She can't just slack off in the gym for an hour.
Rebecca can make her clean.
Yeah.
They got nothing to do. No windows need cleaning.
So, okay, so fast forward to April of 2017. The Scallywag went away, and then we went full time with production.
Well, like, just to be really, for people who don't know all the stuff we do, we had a business that we were helping to run. A guy handed it off to us to run it. We were basically like, ran it for a year, sold it off by like
basically sold it back to him.
Yeah, all the inventory that we had, sold it off, and we basically decided at that point we were gonna make enough money to pay our employees.
That's so sketch too.
It was sketch, but it was like, think about it though. That's
what we wanted to do. Well, like, we were doing a lot of things for other businesses at the time, and we wanted to get away from making videos and doing social media management and not distribution, fulfillment for other companies, and we wanted to start doing it for ourselves. So that's basically what it came down to.
For a time, we were doing marketing and social
for
media
a lot of
management
people
for about 7 businesses, not even ours. And we did. We wanted to be able to pay our employees, take care of my salary, and be able to like run the office, pay the bills for the rest of the year. We said if we can get to that mark, and I wanted a boob job, and we said if we could get to that mark.
That's like
a completely different tone.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was like rabbit trail, quick back to the story.
Well, because that was we threw that into the mix. He was like, if you can sell this much shit, you can get your boobs done. So we swung it all.
Which she did, and she paid cash for him.
Paid cash for him, and I was like, he didn't amount my cash like this. Like, booyah.
All in ones. I don't know why, just a bunch of ones, but.
I said, give me titties. So we did all that. We got rid of that business, and we were like, if we can pull this off, it'll give us the freedom to be able to travel and shoot and not have the stress of trying to come up with money.
Yeah, good, real good plan. It's still a ton of stress.
To an extent.
Yeah, right? It 100% worked, but it was not like we just rolled in the money and then was able to do everything.
We paid everybody.
We made it happen. Yeah.
We paid everybody, we paid the bills, and Allie got her boobs done.
You and I didn't get paid.
But Allie got her boobs done.
But you got your... Wait a minute, so Nick just didn't get paid.
Wait, no. I feel like that's a reward.
Oh, okay.
Don't hit the table.
I was about to. So that was my payment for a lot of hard work.
No, but then what really kind of got...
Here's the thing, let's talk about boobs for a second. So,
what am I here for? What am I doing it?
We'll get to you, Johnny.
Okay. I'm gonna go get more water. You guys talk about it.
So the thing is with boobs, I feel like every girl should pay for her own boobs because guys don't own boobs. You just kind of lease them, and when
you lease time with them.
You lease time with them because if those boobs for any reason ever want to go away,
if they get mad at you,
you can't keep them. They go away. So Johnny, there's your life lesson right there. Like,
Thanks.
if you ever,
it's the only thing I should leave here.
Yeah, with
knowledge.
a set of
one thing,
a set of boobs, then you don't buy boobs.
I wanted to pay for my own boobs because I never wanted to hear you go, and I paid for her boobs like that, like.
Yeah, let's. I feel like that is where we should end that conversation, and we should move on.
It's nice weather we've been in.
So, anyways, hard freaking work. So, that's how we got started, and then we basically grind for a year. And I will say that there was a lot of lessons learned. You know, like you think. And a lot of people learn this, like you can't just vlog all the time. As much as I like that, and I love like the daily vlog movies, I really, really enjoy those, and I really enjoy doing the travel stuff. It's not always what people want, and it's not also how you gain traction in the community.
Yeah. You
have to give them tutorials, you have to give them how-tos, you have to share your information with them so that you know, that's what the larger audience wants. And then as you go through, you sprinkle in, and I think Matt Vincent said it best. He's like, you know, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. And you kind of have to go there because it's a hard balance, because just because the audience wants something doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you are passionate about giving, you know. So it is a difficult balance, but I think we did a decent job balancing that. Except Tactical Tuesday did go away, and everybody's really upset about it. But we have a plan.
But it's like you said, I mean, it's really hard with any kind of creative business, and I'm sure, Johnny, you probably know the same. It's like people, there's stuff that sells really well, and you're like, holy shit, it strikes up and it sells really well, and you're like, oh, awesome. But if you keep doing that as like, this is the formula for success, I'm just going to keep doing the same shit, like, you'll never evolve.
Yeah. And at the same time, too, things you like doing and things you put your all into never really do well because you are not your audience. So
yeah.
It's like...
Isn't that frustrating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'll spend so much time writing or taking this perfect photo, and it's like... it bails. And then I do like something really quick that I know people like, but I'm just
and
like...
it does well.
It does well. I'm
yeah.
like, man, you guys don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
But...
Well, it's like the Iceland series. Like we had a couple ones. Like the one with Thor, the mountain did really well. But like we spend like thousands of dollars to go to Iceland. I mean, it was sponsored by Gerber and a couple other companies. But you spend a huge marketing budget, right?
Yeah.
And then you make all these videos that are just like, that was an epic trip. And then
it was like a labor of love for us. We were like finishing touching on videos and like getting so excited.
And then like honestly, like it was epic, but the like you know like the videos at the time, I don't know where they're at now. I think we have a couple that have done really well, but the whole series as a whole didn't really do like great. But I can sit in this office right here and talk about parenting while in special operations, and within 5 days, it's over. You know, 4 days, it's over 20,000 views. And it's like, that didn't really cost me anything except my rent and then the equipment that I already have, you know? So, it's...
I will say this, though.
It's
like
frustrating.
You've done an amazing job of capturing and creating an audience for yourself and pushing them past what they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I think that's like to be said.
Because they let me know that.
But it's like, that's something to be said. Like, you deserve a silver play button because you've created an audience.
Oh, I deserved...
It's still our play button.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in this.
Daddy,
I'm not getting between us.
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
I'm behind on the
Babe, it's our play button.
Right, exactly. Correct.
And not because we're getting married. Because I helped you.
Because you're a producer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a shooter and an editor.
Okay.
No, but seriously, I'm not kidding. Like that in and of itself to me is the biggest thing of all. You see a lot of these people out there creating and they're like putting together content that like makes people happy, and like they're like, for instance, like the unboxing videos. Like, I don't know if that's specifically a trademark name of a channel, but I'm just talking about the channels where it's like people get gear, right? And they're sitting around and they open the box on camera, and every week it's them opening a box on camera.
And that's all they do.
Have millions of followers because people expect reviews out of them. That's not something that's motivating, educating, or growing anybody, right?
Yeah.
So your goal was always to like motivate, educate, push, inspire.
Yeah.
So it's like you captured your military audience, you know, male audience, guys that are into tactical stuff, and you've pushed them to evolve into other
Well, I mean,
things.
and that's the biggest thing is like I was trying to do was like, and we've talked about this a lot on podcasts and a lot of it, but what else? It's like, okay, you joined the military and you did this, and then, you know, people expect you to act and be a certain way post-military. And it's like, sorry, bro, like that's not going to be me. Like I'm not peaking in special operations. Like if I get out at 31, 32 years and like at old, and that's the greatest achievement that I'll ever achieve in my life. Like I can't even like in good confidence say that to my kids. Like, well, you're going to go to college and you're going to do something great. And then by the time you're 31, like that's it. It's all downhill from there. You can never achieve anything great after that because that will be the coolest thing you ever did. I absolutely refuse to believe that. And I refuse to like tell people that. Like I've got a lot of great things I want to do.
You got a big bag.
Yeah, I got a big bag.
That's what life is.
Yeah.
You have to expect tomorrow to be better than every other day beforehand.
I mean, think about that. Think about if your Marine Corps career was like the coolest thing that you've ever.
It was a blink. Though.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah.
if you have that mentality as somebody that was in 4 or 5 years,
and laid in bed all day.
Like you got out. How old were you when you got out?
22.
22 years old.
Yeah.
And that would have been it.
Yeah.
Like, all downhill from there, Johnny.
The lifespan of a male is what, 79 now.
Yeah.
So 50.
That was the highlight of your life. Was 22 years old.
Yeah.
That would suck. So, anyways, yeah.
That's depressing.
It is depressing. So that's what I don't want. I don't want people to think like, you know, these guys that serve. I mean, there's a ton of awesome heroes out there and that have done great things from the military that are out now. But you know what? They're still striving to be something else and to be something more than just that.
And I wanted to say a couple things because like the biggest thing to me, you know, obviously there's people talk about like your channel growth and all that stuff, and one thing goes viral and it just like kicks you over the edge. Well, you did have some of those videos that were like kind of a big deal. Some stuff that we produced together, like the 10 concealed carry one. It's still 1.5 million views. It's still like.
Can I talk about my feelings on that video?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Your face said everything.
Because the thing is this, like, as cheesy as it may or may not have been, like where we were at, like we were at fucking Walmart, man. Like we shot a video, it got out, and it pushed your channel forward.
That's not the only one.
No, but it's one of the main ones.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones.
Started the uptick.
You know what the video I like that really did? It's over 1 million. I think it's at 1.2 now. This is the video needed to be done. What's the difference between Recon and Marine Raiders?
Oh, totally cool. Because that's the stuff that people want to. They like.
Now I don't think the quality is there. I mean, I think that we could do a better quality maybe now, but the story and the layout and the pacing of that, and then the information that's in it is on point.
And on top of that, like that was one that if everyone who watched it, I think I looked at the watch time at one point, watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like people were like clicking on it accidentally and like watched half of it.
They should have put that shit on the History Channel.
That was an excellent one. You did some research, you pulled stuff from your bag that like helped.
So what we're saying is basically it was an enormous amount of work, and then that led us to this point. And there's, I think, not necessarily some changes, but going forward, we got some different ideas. I will say the 90-day vlog is what really cooked it into like.
Great idea, babe.
Yeah.
Best idea ever.
Well, I mean, he had done good. I mean, from April to the end of the year was 50,000 subscribers. From January 1st to March 31st was 40,000 more. So how many months is that? April to?
January to April.
No, April to December.
8.
8 months. So 8 months, 50,000 subscribers.
Equal 3. Almost.
Almost equaled 3 when we did the 9-day vlog. Vlogging every day, which really took us into high. So I think it was a couple different things. One, high quality produced, planned out videos, which I don't always enjoy.
But we did it every single day.
But we did it, we did it Monday through Friday. And some videos were just vlogged and they were off the gun, but a lot of those were very planned out and there was like, they were snuck in there. And I think that consistency is what really, really helped. And just an enormous amount of work ethic. An enormous amount. We were kind of spent after that.
Oh yeah, but the thing was with it, we did all that, we knocked it all out, and not only did the channel grow, but it was like we had so much kind of an outpouring of feedback from like other businesses.
Yeah.
And other vendors.
Well, that got me speaking engagements.
Speaking engagements, yeah. It was kind of a ton of stuff just kind of fell into our lap at once just because we were putting ourselves out there. We're like talking like some of these videos, man, we were shooting in a few hours, throwing together really late at night, getting them up the next day, and I would look at them and say, this is shit. Like, I do not like this video. But we launched it, and it was like...
See what this I have to deal with?
We both have our turmoil we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are martyrs.
Some verbal, some physical. Some of us get hit. No names shall be said.
I'm just saying, some of it was crap, some of it was good, but the bottom line was it didn't matter, and I think that's what people get hung up on. You know,
no, you just gotta, like, we talk about that all the time. I yell at you all the time about that. You want everything to be perfect. I'm like, fuck,
I don't want it
babe.
to be perfect. I just like want to roll stuff out like clean.
Sometimes you just gotta
polish.
Yeah, you gotta just do it more.
Pull the trigger, and that is something that with the vlogs we did it, and you're right, it did exactly what you wanted to do to make the channel grow.
The thing is like I think that, and a lot of people say this, is like it's never gonna be perfect, especially when you're doing something like. It is never gonna be. I can take the Who I Am as a Filmmaker video, and I could go and we could edit that for another 2 months, right, and make it even better. But it was good enough. Yeah. It was great. No, it's great. It's great. Don't you agree?
Yeah,
great.
it was. I mean.
But like you can.
It was.
Awesome. You can tune it.
That's because you're the one who, like, you guys are the ones that edit it. But
right.
As a viewer, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, don't change it.
Yeah.
You know, but.
So, anyways, like you can fine tune things to death, but at the end of the day, it's like you could either fine tune that for 3 months and post one video in 3 months.
It probably won't even do that well. Like,
right. Yeah.
You made it tailored to you.
Yeah.
So
or you could do, 90 videos in
right.
those 3 months.
And that's kind of what it comes down to. Like, it's the content too. Like you always talk about, like we could sit and watch the most badass iPhone commercial, but like nobody wants to sit around and watch like 40 minutes of fucking iPhone commercials.
No.
Right. It's about the content and making sure that it's worth people's time.
So, Johnny.
What video did you find Nick on? What was your...
Well, it wasn't even like a video though.
Yeah.
It wasn't a video. Like, so Owen.
Yeah.
He pushed me to you, and then I started watching videos. But I already like knew of you from obviously the Marine Corps and being right here on Camp Legion. So I already knew of you. I just didn't know.
Like regular social media or something?
Yeah, and I just didn't know. Like, I wasn't integrated into that lifestyle. I was just getting out of the Marine Corps. So, I wasn't really like looking to continue that lifestyle. So I knew of you, I just didn't know of the height you were at and the altitude where the businesses were. So I reached out to Owen.
It's not that high.
But compared to little old me, I was 23, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know anything. I still don't know anything about business, So it was a lot. It was a high altitude for me to look out to. But I reached out to him, and then he said, reach out to you. So I reached out to you, and that's how it kind of got started.
Oh, no, that's not.
Once he said reach out to you, then I started to watch your videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you didn't reach out to me and then like...
Oh, no, I didn't.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, okay. So I remember it was rude. It was a Sunday.
Daughter.
Oh, not rude. Don't hurt me. It was a Sunday. I messaged you, and I remember Owen saying too, you're gonna have to get through his people. I think that's exactly what he said. You have to get through his people to get to him. So he said, be like on it. Just keep doing it. So I think I messaged you on a Sunday. I was at the barbershop. I messaged you, And I was like, all right, cool. I planted the seed. I'll just wait. And then the next week came by and nothing. So I think you were live on Instagram or something like that. So I was like, hey, you need to try out Johnny Slick's beard oil. And then I think you were saying, you were like, oh, Johnny Slick says this, and you were answering it. And I was like, damn, this dude's legit. Like, I'm never going to hear back from this guy. And then I think I said I was like right down the road, and you said stop on by. So I messaged again, and it was like a 4-month wait. At that point, I was like, yes, my foot's in the door. Like, I'm almost there. And then it was just like the longest pause of just pure silence. And it was just like, well, looks like that's end. Like, I tried, you know? I don't want to keep nagging. That's not who I am. I'm just going to keep nagging you until I get what I want. So
but Johnny, at this time, like, where were you at?
Yeah,
your business?
like, what were you doing during that time?
Oh, at the barbershop. I was working at the barbershop, so I was a door guy.
And then doing what? With Johnny Slicks?
Making. So I had beard oil down. I had the formula for a beard oil down, and then I was working on the pomade, which was not going well. But I had something that I could pass out to people. So what I was doing with Johnny Slicks was spending every penny I had, obviously, and then when I didn't have any more money, it was like, well, what do I have that I was born with? Blood. So I went and sold my blood. Yeah.
Plasma.
Yeah. So.
That's not. I used to do the medical trial studies, like a guinea pig.
Which my mom told me not to do.
I mean, here's the deal. You get 3 square meals a day. You sleep in a hospital bed. They shoot you full of stuff.
Don't do that. This is horrible.
Listen.
Right?
Were you married when you did that, though?
I'm in.
See, I feel like Rebecca wouldn't have let me do that. She had a problem with me donating plasma.
Would she let you donate sperm?
No.
Why? How did we go there?
Not mixed together.
That was a big jump.
Anyway, so
you could do remote.
I was trying everything I could to make money. I mean, I was doing like painting for random people, power washing, just stuff like that, and that's pretty much how I like got everything started. And it just wasn't working out. It was frustrating. I got out of the Marine Corps and terminal pay. I like saved up while I was in because I knew the end was coming. You know, EAS date was coming. And
comes for us all.
And
no matter how long you stay in, it comes for us all.
I know. And I thought going to TRS and all these seminars talking about it, I was like, yeah, I'm solid. Like, I got this.
I got
like,
a plan.
I'll write a resume and people would want me to be part of their team. They'll beg me and call me, you know, because I'm a Marine. Who wouldn't want that on their team? Yeah, no one calls you back. So, yeah, I was just like, I saved up all my leave. I didn't take any leave. I think it was 60 days max is what you can get. So I got 60 days of pay. Immediately just spent on supplies. And what sucks too about the making your own products is there's no like, you can't Google. I mean, now you can Google like how to make pomade, but it's just basic, like if you want to blend in with everybody else. But to start your own thing, there's no written out like step 1 do this, step 2. So you have to like either spend a lot of money or know people. And for me it was I knew nobody, so I had to spend everything I had. And that included selling plasma, and Rebecca sold plasma as well to help. Yeah, I remember one time I like spent plasma just to buy lids for my jars because I couldn't afford them.
That's crazy.
Literally, your blood, sweat, and tears is in every jar of choice.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
We don't put blood in it. We don't just want to say that.
I realize how unsanitary it is, so we avoid all of those 3 things.
Now we have a legit lab and everything stays super clean.
But yeah, that's how everything got started. And in the meantime, I was like getting on the back of like trucks, metaphorically, to like travel to meet these celebrities and hand them product, which literally is my blood. Like, I wouldn't say literally, but metaphorically, it's my blood that I'm just handing off to these people, hoping that maybe it will like catch someone's like glimpse or motivate them to like reach out to me.
They won't throw it away.
And you were like,
people are throwing them out.
And you were like driving like far.
Yes, and thank you for getting me off that, because it is so nice to not drive everywhere. Like, if it was in, okay, I drove to New York City.
What?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
No, I drove to, it was a...
For how much?
It was it was a show. We had to pay for the show to get in, and then I was just walking around with this briefcase right here, I'm not kidding you, this briefcase, full of product, and I would literally just walk around and hand people a business card and a pomade.
And for free?
Yes, for free. Everyone else is selling it, and that's what made me stand out, and that's what I thought made me different. I would hand people
So how was the return of
full
that?
size. It was okay. It got me the following I had on Instagram. It had support, but there was no monetary gain from it. I was like handing off, and I think a pomade cost me $7 to make when I first started, and I was giving them away. I think I was selling them for $10 like retail, but I was giving this away to people, and I didn't get anything back from it. So but we drove to New York City and then drove up to Connecticut, and then I remember we left 7 p.m. at Connecticut. I drove all the way back down here, got back Saturday night, and just started cooking again. So it was a lot of driving for what I thought was beneficial, but it really, now that I look back, I mean, I don't regret anything. Absolutely. Like,
no, that's how you learn.
At all. But if I could, like, maybe go back and smack myself and say, hey, stop handing it out to these bums that you think have a lot of followers and they're famous. You know how it is.
Yeah. It's more
I
about the people than it is like.
Yeah, and it was like, and that's another thing too. Like, I've realized now, looking back, like how many people are just not. They don't care about you. They don't like people put on.
They don't care. They don't care about your blood.
It's scary. Like, and people know this story, and everyone that I've went through business, there were 3 individuals really that, and they were just like, they don't care, man. They were just in it for whatever helped them, and then once you're no longer beneficial to their life, they're like,
well, that's just people.
and it's like bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad, man. But yeah, and it took about, I think it was overall 6 months and maybe a week or so until you got back to me. It was another Sunday actually.
Well, you dropped off stuff, right?
Well, this is right before prior. So I think I dropped stuff off on a Tuesday morning. Me and Rebecca were on our way to Wilmington.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you got back to me like a Sunday afternoon. I was still in that same barbershop. You got back to me saying, yeah, come by, drop stuff off. So Rebecca had off on Tuesday. So we got in the car, and I put on the story of us driving, and I said, on our way to see, and I tagged you. And then we came in, put the box down. I like prepping that box too, man. I tell you, you know how I am.
Yeah.
I prepped that box. It took the night before. I was prepping that box, cutting out the cardboard to make things fit. If you remember, the beard oil was like.
It was all all very nicely done.
I like cut it out and.
And you had like your paper with the logo and all the stuff.
Yeah, like right on
there.
top
Yeah.
in the right direction.
Yeah.
I put.
And I put that in a video, right?
It was actually an unboxing during the 90-day vlog. I think you did it too. Yeah.
One of the mail call.
Yeah. Yep, yeah. And so that.
At that time, what were you thinking you wanted from him?
So at the time, I kind of like, I was at like a standstill with Johnny Slicks, but where I was just like, I think I made maybe 30 pomades a month. It was just like, here, sell.
Your highest sales record, if I remember, was like $319 or something like that?
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
For
I
a
think
month?
It was $319, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. I was so excited. But,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah. But the cost of that was also like maybe almost $350.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that was just given out.
And you were driving to Raleigh to sell 5.
Yeah. Good times, right? But yeah,
I think he was gonna like push it, like be a brand ambassador.
Honestly, at the point, like I thought, I had no idea about ambassadors. I didn't even know where to go about that. I just thought maybe like, because I was at the point where I sent stuff to Jim Carrey. I was sending stuff to all these people, and I just wanted them to like say, even like a glimpse on camera or something like that, that would maybe give me a chance or a foot in the door of something else, just another chance.
Yeah.
And it was like that. It was like, I'd spend $1, get $1, spend $1, get $1. Someone would come along, make me $10, I'd spend $10, and it would be like, it would start all over. It was horrible.
There was actually somebody, when I put that in that video, you had a couple sales from that, right?
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, from that, and then when you came by I think it was a couple weeks later, you came by the barbershop and shot that video, you guys, and that, I think we have we still have a customer that from that.
Really?
From that unboxing and that barbershop video, so.
And then from you, like, I remember the day, because you got all the stuff, he kind of reached out and was like, hey, I want to work with you guys. We didn't really know exactly what that meant. We thought maybe he just wanted you to push his stuff, which was like not a big deal because you were looking for somebody. We were in between your beard products.
Well, I'd kind of cut off beard products for a long time just because I didn't have anything that I really liked. So
It was like perfect timing.
It was kind of perfect timing, and
he was sitting.
I used it for about 3 weeks, and I was like, "This is awesome," and you liked it.
I liked it.
All the chicks dig it.
I like in my in and out. I mean, I worked at a gas station. And I was trash. Like I would literally every other day I would go and donate plasma. I think it's 2 times a week actually. Donate plasma. I still have the hepatitis B vaccination in me that they gave me and paid me for it. All this stuff, just to like carry on, you know.
Yeah.
And like I studied chemistry, barbering, aromatherapy, all this stuff to fit into the product. But I feel like now that I'm looking back, I feel like I was kind of just like, well, I'm already like in it. I'm balls deep. I might as well just keep on keeping on with it, you know. And I really was at almost I really was almost at like a standstill before you contacted me again, because there was that like 4-month gap, and I was like, well, I mean, I contacted tons of people. Like nobody was getting back to me. People liked it, but I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it there, you know.
So I remember the day you were sitting down in the chair in your room, and we just offloaded another business. We were cranking out vlogs. I was like overwhelmed, and you were like, babe, I think I want to like be a partner in this business. I was like, what?
You always don't. She never wants to get in more businesses. Never.
Because it's like, okay, ready, Allie? Here we go.
Ready?
We need a website. We need
photos. We need everything ready to go.
Here's a kid who has no idea what he's doing.
So that's the next step. Is like, okay, I used it 3 weeks, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. And then I was like, well, I needed to know more information, but I told her, I was like, I think I'm gonna try to partner with this guy. And
it terrified me too with that phone call. I remember where I was.
Okay, so I wanted to come up and visit you, but I think I was traveling or something, and I was in Dallas,
Colorado,
I don't know, somewhere. Yeah.
Where was SHOT Show?
It was in
Vegas, and then we went to Colorado.
First.
It was right after that.
Yeah. So I called you on the road, and I was like, hey, I wanted to do this in person. I was like going to take you to lunch and like really talk to you about it.
And you were like, I don't want an answer right now. And I was like, well, I couldn't give you an answer right now because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
and then we sat down with him and Rebecca.
Well, hold on. I want to hear about what he said, but because we did, I called him. I said, hey, I want to partner with you. This is what I'm thinking. Like, don't give me an answer. Talk about it. You know, I just want to put that on your plate, and then we'll talk about it when I get home.
Yeah.
Where were you?
You want me to say where I was?
Yeah.
Oh, I was at, so you remember the one individual the last individual that kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I was actually getting my knuckles done that day. So, like, I showed up, I had an appointment, I think it was like at noon or something. You called me, like, right before it. I was outside, I was getting out of my car, and I was about to go get my knuckles done. And the whole time I was sitting there, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, and this is the dude tattooing me, was like, you know, the one. And I was like, well, I mean, he ain't nothing, so whatever. Yeah, let me just do my knuckles. So, hopefully he's not gonna watch this. But yeah, I remember when you messaged me asking for my phone number, I was like, oh shit, like, is something, what happened? Like, I immediately thought of something negative. I don't know why, but...
You do that.
I know. That's who I am. But I, like, thought something was wrong. I was like, did something happen with this stuff? Did he have an allergic reaction to something? And I was like, no, there's no way. Everything's like I specifically make that stuff so everyone's good. And then when you called me, I was just like, just completely sideswiped. I had no idea what was going on. And when you started talking about that, I was like, am I going to be able to, like, meet this expectation, like, of business stuff? I mean, I brought Rebecca along because of how nervous I was, and you can ask her about it too. I was so nervous.
She played a really good, like, sweet little girl. I had no idea she was as intense.
No way did we
Really?
know. No, I had no idea that she was like that
so sweet.
intense.
And
You can ask her. Every time I've talked to you guys before that, I was like, I'm on top of the world. Ain't nobody can touch me. And you can ask her too. So that's why I was like, well, babe, I kind of want you to come with me. Like, you want to Chipotle? I need you to come with me because I'm so nervous.
we took Johnny and Rebecca to Chipotle. We basically were like, this is what we wanted to do, and we wanted to lay out all the details and basically make an offer to partner.
And they were like, but he was like, but here's the deal. What does this entail? Because I just want to make a product.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm like, yeah, bro, I get it. You have no website.
And
you
he
have.
was like, great, because I don't want to make any product.
Yeah.
Like, you're super, like, money numbers, like, you know that stuff, like, all that incorporation stuff, and I know the product, so it was, like, perfect, you know, like,
Yeah.
perfect together, like a black and white cookies, you know.
Do you remember what I asked you?
What? With what?
Like what I asked you, like the questions that I asked you that I was worried about?
I remember sitting right here, and you asked me, and I looked like the biggest dumbass on the face of the earth. What'd you say?
The question number 1 was, do you do drugs?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
yeah, you did say, are you guys incorporated with any type of addictions, drugs, or anything? I was like,
Because
no.
that's the first way to like.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Now that you know, yeah.
Being somebody down, a man down like that, and then everyone has to pick up the slack. Yeah, I could see that really messing something up. But I think you asked, what did you ask me?
There's probably cost of goods and like your.
No, I had all that stuff, but you said what's the structure of my business or something?
Oh.
Where are you selling it? Are you selling
No,
it?
no, no, yeah, and no, your actual like legal structure, like what
Yeah,
was your
you were like,
business
what is
structure?
your? And I was like, man, I just make this stuff on my stove. What are you talking about? Like,
you had no.
I had no structure at all, and I
Right.
remember you asking me that, and I was like, I wanted to give an answer because I feel like I'm pretty good at giving an answer to something because I literally make the stuff. So like, you can ask me anything about the product. and I
That
got you.
wasn't what I was asking.
But you were asking me like legal stuff, and I was like, well, I mean, it's legal. The stuff I make, it's not illegal. And then you were like, what's the structure? And I was like, me?
I'm in charge.
The money I make goes right to the product, and you know that's kind of what it is. And you were like, no, stupid. Like, what's?
I didn't call you. I didn't call you
No,
stupid.
but I
didn't call you stupid.
I felt like it. I felt like an idiot though, and Rebecca, of course, could not save me. You know, it was just I was just where it was at. So, but now I understand everything. But I still just make this stuff, you know.
Yeah, but no, you're a bad mamma jamma, and you got your branding down, and you got like a feel for the way you like everything.
Yeah.
But now you actually understand all that
Like
stuff.
I knew what I wanted, and I think you guys felt that too. Because when you designed a website, I was like, this is like spot on to what I wanted. Like I am completely old school. I love like just old school in general, from like 20s to 50s, and like the design and everything was like so spot on. I was like, this is crazy.
So what made you say yes? Because we really, honestly, Johnny and I, we didn't know each other.
No, we
like,
met February, like mid-February, I think, right? And like we launched March 6th at 6 p.m.
That's when we did it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was sitting on my couch.
That happened
you were
fast.
Like, hey, put on YouTube. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was like a couple weeks, man. Everything got done and rolling, and
Yeah, we don't mess around.
So explain too. Then I remember whenever we launched, what was the first day sales?
Oh,
Can we say that?
so we don't have to talk numbers, but I told him that we were
first
going.
day,
I was like, within the first few hours, we will break your monthly sales.
it happened. I think it was 38 minutes. And you can ask Rebecca, hand to God, I was dancing in my kitchen. You said, hey, download this app. You can watch a live view and watch. I'm not kidding you. I was like, what? I was dancing. And I was kind of mad too because she didn't have the same enthusiasm. And that's where I learned, and nothing on Rebecca at all, because she is completely excited for everything. But like, no one will ever be as happy for you, for your success, as you. And that's where I learned that.
And that needs to be enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that should definitely be enough, and you should never anticipate somebody else feeling as happy for you for your success. It doesn't make any sense, but it's just
Well, people almost expect it and they get let down, but you really do need to understand like it's for you and you need to take it for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and build from that to meet different goals.
Yeah.
And and it's all internal and reaching those goals. And she was just like, "What do you like? Stop dancing in the kitchen! Like stop! Like." And I was just like, you don't understand how happy this is. Like, I was on top of the world, man. And then the next day, I think I came in, and I was like, yo, I need to hug you. And you were like, yo, who's this weirdo hugging me right now?
No, that was good.
No,
it was all
but,
good.
yeah, I remember that. I'm still happy about it, every day.
And how long was it before we did the lab? I can't even remember.
I have photos with dates on it, but it really wasn't too long.
It wasn't too long.
No, because we still had the original stickers, the original labels.
And we then, it was pretty soon that, how long was it in that you actually had to quit your job?
So that was like a weird like filter, like it not a filter, but it was like faded out.
Yeah.
Where I was there, but I wasn't there. Like I was there full time. I would come here once in a while on the weekends or something, or like on the weekdays.
It was Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah, it was like a weird time. And then the weekend, obviously, I was at the barbershop. And then it started being like, and he knew too, the owner, he knew that I wasn't going to be able to do the barbershop anymore. I had to be here full time. He knew it was coming. So, I mean, I think it was maybe 3 weeks.
That was it?
Yeah, it was quick, man. I remember calling you, FaceTiming you, and being like, yo, I don't know what to do, man. Like, do I risk everything and leave? And
That's right. It was the climbing trip. Because we were in California on the climbing trip.
And I remember my phone died, and you said, "No one gives a fuck about your feelings, Johnny." And my phone died immediately after that, and I jumped up off the couch, and I was like, "Rebecca, give me a charger. He's gonna think I hung up on him." I remember that because I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that was a horrible way for the phone to die, but like.
But explain, like, give context. Give context to what.
So going back about.
I don't always just like tell people.
3 minutes prior to that, I called you and I was like, "Hey, I'm had it with this barbershop. Like, not that my standards were raised, but like I had different priorities. You know, like,
well, your direction in life was not
yeah, like,
that.
It wasn't, and like I didn't finish barber school. Like I not dropped out. I just stopped. It was a whole thing with this school, but I didn't continue going to that school because it just wasn't part of my life goal.
Yeah.
I was passionate about it, but then I realized that in the barbering, I realized something else was my passion. You know, I was sent there.
And that happens. That's part of life.
I think that situation happened again, where I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of the barbershop because I love the community. I love the old schoolness. I love the camaraderie between the client and the barber. And it's weird, but it's like a relationship you build. Yeah. And I really liked that because I didn't have to work for it, you know. And but then this whole thing came along, and I was like, there's a whole nother thing. Like, I don't just have to make stuff on my stove and work at the barbershop and repeat. I can like do barber or pomade and beard oil full time. Like, that's insane. I didn't even know that existed. So when I called you, I FaceTimed you, I was like, hey, I'm like really scared because my bills. I'm really scared to leave the barbershop and do Johnny Slicks full time with no promise of anything because it could just fall flat on his face. I was really scared, and I was like, I'm not going back to the gas station. And Rebecca was like, you should probably go back to the gas station just on weekends and do Johnny Slicks full time. I was like, I can't do that again. That was hell. Like, we got robbed like 3 times. I was like, I'm not going back there, man. Like,
no way, man. No.
And I was still selling plasma because I was so scared. I was just terrified, and you know, I was. You know,
what'd I say?
No
one gives a fuck about your feelings. Just do it or don't do it.
It's hard though. You know, it's hard. Like to say.
I did it. Yeah.
Income coming to you each week. This is in your pocket, and on top of that, you can try to make money on the side with your pomade business and get that going. And at what point do you go, this is eating away my time?
Dude,
I can't do this
it was
I
literally
get it.
like just passing. I keep saying literally. Rebecca's rubbing off on me. She says this so. It was like getting rid of a safety net, like
right,
and there was nothing to fall on.
And that's kind of was your point. You're like, listen, dude, jump, and then like if you build it, they will come. If you quit your job, you'll sell more pomade.
You still say that too, like everything on the other side of fear.
Everything you want is on the other side of fear.
Yeah. That's what he said to me when he proposed.
Snap!
And then she goes, "Are you sure?"
Sure.
Anyways, so. But no, that is really the case, and that I think that's the difference between people that make it and are successful, and the people that just hem-haw around for like the decade about like what they want to do. It's like, dude, listen, if you want to do this, fucking execute. Like I think that's the whole moral of the story. Is like, if you want to do something, you have to do it.
You can't test the water. Like,
no, man. Like
draw your life out by like 15 more years.
Yeah, it's like getting in cold. It's like me getting in the pool when it's cold. I'm just like, I need to just jump in, but I don't.
Once you jump in, you know.
Yeah.
Like, did it work or did it not work?
Yeah.
Like all this anticipation, and you said a lot of good things to me too. I remember when I first called you in the FaceTime, you were like cradling me. You were like, Johnny, it's okay. Like, do what you want. Like, it's gonna be okay. And then I think you remembered, oh, he's a Marine. I'm gonna fucking smack him. Like,
that's exactly right.
I think I could tell. Like, you were like, well, man, tell me what you're feeling. Like, and then like something snapped, and you were like, no one gives a fuck about your feelings.
Stop being a pussy.
Or, yeah, that's what you said. Do it or don't do it, but stop complaining to me about this shit. because I don't have time for it. I think that's what he said. I don't have time or energy for this shit. And I was like, phone died.
But it was in a nice, loving, like, way.
It was, no, I could definitely
loved...
tell, no, the words were very harsh, but I could tell the care behind it. That, I mean, obviously the meaning of it was like, do you want success or do you just want to keep, like...
Right. What do you, well, my thing was like you were miserable where you're doing because it what you weren't you weren't following your passion, and that was my frustration. It was like, what are you complaining about, bro? Like, if you don't like it, then change your, like,
stop doing it.
Stop being a whiner.
And that's like something everyone says, and I thought it was just something, but it really isn't. Like, you either do it or you don't do it.
Right.
Because there's no, if you're just standing between, it just sucks, man.
So Johnny, what would you say to everybody else getting ready to, like, on the fence, getting ready to start something, trying to do something, selling their plasma?
Well, I don't think there should be a fence, really. That's pretty much what I have to say. Take it how you leave it. No, I'm kidding. I think a fence is just something that prohibits you from succeeding properly. It's like, it delays you. It does what a fence should do. It delays you an entry, right?
So I mean, so like you had a side hustle that you were like working for a long time.
I can't stand the word hustle now. I am so tired of that word.
Okay, you had a side gig, side passion. Yeah. What do you want to call it? It's a hustle, man.
It's
you were hustling.
What's the word that you hate? You pet peeve about? There's words that you
Tactical.
hate. Tactical. Hey. You see? That's exactly, because hustling is just like, I'm so tired.
Grinding. You had a side grind.
And people take pride in that. There's no pride in hustling.
There's not?
No.
I feel like I'm always hustling.
No, babe.
No,
like
hustling is like, you don't know where your next meal is coming from. You gotta like...
hand to mouth, door to door.
I guess that's true. I'm grinding.
Grinding, yeah, that's a little different. Hustling is like, I don't know why people like...
Okay, so you had a side grind. At what point, so some guy's watching this and he goes, you know, I'm working on this thing. At what point do you realize that, like, you go, I'm all in? Like, where's that?
Right now. Literally, as you are watching this video, do it right now.
Wow. All right.
I mean, the more you wait, you
figure it out.
There's always circumstances. Like, if there was a...
Because this is what people say. This is what people say. My kids need health care. I need a paycheck. I need this. I need that. This is what they say.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. Like, I had a family.
I was too.
I was contracting. I had kids. We had a family. Like, I quit and I put everything into my first business.
And that's like the comfort zone, and then you have the fence, and then success. And it's like, it's scary. And I'm thinking back, it is scary, but you either make it or you don't. And when you don't, you just continue. You just keep doing something. But
I think the other good portion is you find you do it. You just commit to do it, but you also find like a good team, like people that have your back.
Yeah.
You know, and that's hard. Like,
it definitely.
You and I, like that. I think that worked out for our benefit.
It was like miraculous.
Yeah.
Like the fact that within the first couple of weeks we're already like trusting that much.
And it really was like, it came down to really like, it was a good partnership because of our infrastructure and what we had already established. And then, like, I can't do what you do, but you couldn't do what I do. Well, you probably could now. You're getting there.
I definitely could not. Don't even. I appreciate you, but no.
You're getting really close. But like, you have to find that.
It's
good.
It's kind of like a yin and a yang, but it really is at the same time.
You have to find like the right.
Just bust through the roof.
Just gotta bust through. But yeah, you gotta find, like you said, you gotta find that yin and yang.
And you gotta learn how to be comfortable without all your special little creature comforts. Like, if you are ready to take that step, because that is something like for people who have like this standard of living here.
That's true. Yes.
You're ready to just jump out with both feet, quit your job, whatever.
Yeah.
You're not ready, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be comfortable with it.
Well, it's like,
you guys are like so comfortable with it that you and Rebecca, like, you'll be like dialing it in. You'll like, okay, no movie tonight. Like, we're eating at home.
Yeah.
We're gonna like save this money here, save this money here. I mean, we've done it where we'll travel and we'll stay in vans. We'll stay in people's basements. Like, people see us.
It's like a sacrifice.
Right. There's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah. And I think that's where people miss, like, well, I have this, you know, this 5,000 square foot house and I don't have to go in and give that up. It's like, well, dude, if you want to follow your passion, it's like all the people that start a gym. How many gym owners do you know that, like, when they first start a gym, they literally sleep in the gym and their kids like go to homeschool in the gym?
Yeah.
You know, like, but that's what it takes.
Yeah.
You know?
That is true. I mean, I still eat cup noodles, as you know. So
I gotta get you out of that
you
shit.
probably should get me out of that.
It's not healthy.
But I mean, it's 10 cents a pop, man. That's 10 cents a meal.
But I mean,
Son.
we have like other vehicles because like there's cars here and stuff that we can all use. But I mean, we've been down to one vehicle. We share rides. We've been like, we get to the point where it's like you pull back on things that aren't necessary to have the things you really want and to really push forward with your dreams.
We were somewhere and I talked about this. We talked about like people from the outside look at Johnny Slicks. People from the outside look at our YouTube channel and they're like, oh my God, these guys they're rolling with it. Everything is doing so well. Blah 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 blah. But yes, concur. Like everything is awesome. Like my life is awesome. But there is a huge price. Remember where we were when I was talking about this? There's like a huge price, like going to Iceland and like doing all that. It is awesome. But there's a huge price that comes along with that lifestyle. You don't get paid time off. You don't get PTO. You don't get weekends. You don't like...
At night, like when everybody's like, oh, we're going to head out and go have drinks with our buddies.
No.
We're up here till 8 and then we go to the gym and work out for 2 hours. You know, like...
And then you're editing.
Where like sleeping here is not crazy.
Right.
No, I slept here for a good
The only
month.
reason I don't is because of the kitty cats.
Right.
If they were not there, I probably would have...
We had to bring the kitty cats out. Like this whole like...
This whole thing.
The whole thing. And
Is
you
give
just...
a shout out
They
to
grow up. They're going to watch these
Olivia.
videos and be like, oh, Pop's on camera.
Jeez. Cats. Cat people.
No,
man.
but like the sacrifice.
Yeah. So basically, like that's what I think people miss is like they want to jump in, but I don't think majority of people are not willing to sacrifice what their current life is.
You're not conditioned for it.
Yeah.
Which I think too, I wasn't. It like faded for me. When I first got out of the Marine Corps, it was like I had a way of living. You know, the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I had a way. I had my own house.
Life's good.
Yeah, you know,
it's easy.
a paycheck coming.
Yeah.
I wake up, schedule everything. But when it ended, I was stuck in that mentality where I was like, gas is gonna be there. But then I was like, oh crap! Like I literally cannot fill my gas tank right now. Like I have to walk, and
Right.
I was like, this sucks. So what am I gonna do? And it like faded down to the point where I was eating ramen noodles and water for like months on end. We weren't doing anything. We were doing one car if we had to. It was bad.
But don't let that scare you. Like that's
No. It was like looking
Just-
back, that's something prideful. Like to be able to do that, like mentally, physically, to be able to like put your future on the line for that is like insane.
because it's your
like-
future.
It's like the more you sacrifice, the more success you'll have in a way. It's like
Yeah.
it's
I
crazy
agree with
how
that.
it works. It's nuts, but it really it's
And it doesn't happen overnight.
It's
It's
not
not.
yeah.
It's not a.
you know.
I
Well,
mean,
just even like the vlog, the 90-day vlog, to like bring it full circle. I did not want to do it. You knew, you foresaw. That's something that you are very good at. You have foresight into like seeing the things that will be successful.
I'm so glad this is being recorded right now. Forever.
So we were like, we did it. I didn't want to do it, but the truth is like, we made so many sacrifices to do that.
We should do it again. Okay.
We made so many sacrifices to do the 90-day vlog that it was like hard on our relationship, it was hard on your kids, it was hard on like as a whole financially. We were just like, God, this is like, we are strapped, we have so much work to do. But when it came down to it, that grind for just those 90 days produced exponential growth for our business.
Huge.
Like from that came Hudson, from that came Johnny and Rebecca, like from that came Liz, from that
Came the gym.
The gym.
Yeah.
So it's like one on top of the other.
That's crazy, right? To
like,
think about all that.
We did that and we like it was 3 months of grind. People don't understand what that means. Like they'd have to be at our house and see how much work we were doing at the time. But it's like that grind produced exponential like growth. So it's like sacrifices, man. It's just like with fitness. Like you want to look like somebody, and women all the time, especially like, I want to look like that. Well, yeah, are you fucking working to look like that? You don't deserve to look like the way you want to look. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to look like that, you have to put in the work to look like that.
Johnny's backing away from the table. She's like, Miss Capra's getting really...
Getting all nervous over here.
Am I right though?
Yeah, of
like,
course, babe.
Are you putting in the work to get the results you want? If you're not, then don't be pissed that you don't have them.
And then they complain and say that people who have had that were given the silver spoon and handed all that. Even
Good genetics.
Oh, that's what I like. He just said, I like that. It's like the people that go like, oh man, they're an overnight success.
People, okay, so some people have said this to me about Johnny Slicks, and I was like, hold on a second, you don't know what you're talking about. Go and look at anything we do.
I'm gonna slap the taste out of your mouth, son.
I don't know if you follow Johnny Slicks at all, or if you even know us, or you just throwing that bullshit out, but I was like, ain't no way that's true. Like, I use a silver fork.
You just happen to get all Jack Tanner rip like that, right?
Yeah,
overnight.
Like you were born like
that. It's real
that.
simple. Just work out 7 days a week, twice a day, for 20 for the rest of your life.
And eat healthy for 20 years. That's it.
No, I want it now. Yeah. Right now. And I want to sacrifice nothing for it.
Anyways, I think that's it. We're good.
That's all I'll say that, man. The silver play button, we did it, babe.
Thanks,
Thank you guys for watching, listening.
Yeah. Yeah, work hard, man. Never quit, never surrender, always forward. I think that's what I say. Yeah.
I think.
And then when Miss Capra makes fun of me, she does the whole thing.
Never quit, never surrender, always forward. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
You used to make fun of me, but
and
that was worse.
See you guys on the next.
That's it?
No, tell everybody like what you're thankful for about them. So you have a silver box to your YouTube subscribers.
Fuck them. No, I'm kidding.
Damn!
No, I'm kidding.
That's
no, we really appreciate. And you know, it is a hard balance of following my passion and doing what I want to do, and then also giving the information and the videos that you guys want. And I try to balance that the best as possible. And moving forward, we are gonna. Oh, the board's not up, but we are going to start creating some. I think the next focus will be more, what's the word? Short films, I guess.
Short films and like a lot of videos where it's a little bit more
informational.
Yeah.
Informational, and not that the channel's going to change by any means. Like I'm still going to do me, but there's some concepts like the tattoo policy in the Marine Corps. Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
So like there's like the tattoo policy in the Marine Corps. I want to discuss steroids. I want to discuss steroids. I want to discuss selling out. What's the other one? Oh, success. How to be successful. So there's some very unique topics that have really been on my mind that I want to talk about, as well as relaunching Tactical Tuesday in a more professional manner. I guess that's the way to pitch that. So
yes,
we're working on that.
I'll be doing podcasts every week on
Oh,
Miserable
that's right.
Cow.
That's right. So
Plug.
Yeah.
How not to be a miserable cow. And
Is that you? Did you notice how she just went into her NPR voice? She's like her radio voice.
Welcome to Smooth Jazz.
Thanks for tuning in.
So
And Johnny's got a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
55 subscribers. Hot damn. I'm on my way to a bronze plaque.
So check all of them out. We've got a lot of stuff in store. I want to thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this very long, drawn out conversation. Oh, and I have another. Can I talk about my other idea, or does that need to get approved by Miss Capra first? The
Johnny will talk. Fuck the haters.
three-way, the round table.
Oh yeah, tell everybody about it.
Am I allowed to?
I mean, as long as you keep producing for me.
Okay. So the last little thing, the idea is I'm gonna start a new YouTube channel that is basically a panel of guys. I think Johnny should be on it too.
Johnny's a guy.
How, man?
Well, a panel of like military individuals that we talk about basically everything that you guys want to talk about. So like almost like a news channel, but like politics, military, training, current events.
I'm not a special dude though.
You're special. You're special.
Thanks.
In a different way.
Thanks.
But basically, we want to build a panel where we just create some addressing certain topics that you guys bring up a lot. Like there are a lot of things that happen in the world, a lot of things that happen with military, the stuff that's happened overseas with a lot of soft guys, accidents, injuries.
Get questions every single day from your followers asking.
For those type of things. So we're gonna create basically a news show of military guys that sit around and on this round table, and we just have a conversation about it. And I think that we'll do really well. So stay tuned for that, of course. I think the very first episode of that will be on this channel, and then we'll start pushing them to the other channel. Cool. All right, that's it. Say bye.
That's it.
Bye. Bye.
You didn't talk about the haters.
I don't care about them.
Don't be a miserable cow.
Bye.
Say bye, haters.
Bye.
Yeah. Never
No, I
quit,
hope
never.
the haters don't watch.
You want to do it, Johnny? You want to do it?
No,
You
it's
do it
fine.
so well. Do
No,
it.
no,
Sign
no.
off.
What? No,
Sign off.
it's your thing, man.
Okay.
But does that mean we have to start watching the news? Like a lot? Like to be at the table?
I can pick up.
Probably. Probably need to be like well versed on opinions.
Okay.
All right, we'll check you guys later. Thanks.